All right, so our next topic is related to inventory management. And this isn't warehouse inventory management. This is more truck or route inventory management. There's a lot of potential for losing visibility around your inventory depending upon your processes. Normally, your inventory is loaded on the truck at the start of the day or potentially the night before by your warehouse. And before the driver takes off for the day, generally they're going to at least confirm to some level that they've got roughly what they need. Some scenarios would include a count, but most are just more of a confirmation. But the key is that this really has the potential to be the only point during the day where you really know what's on the truck, because as soon as the driver leaves the yard and starts making deliveries, then the numbers start getting tweaked, and potentially nobody has any idea of what's really left on the truck. So as deliveries and returns are being done, that data is impacting what's available on the truck. So, and again, if there's not, if that's being tracked via paper, then you really don't have a lot of idea of what's on your truck. And it's possible that a driver is tracking that data on some sort of tally sheet or whatever else, but ultimately, if there's a lot of stops, that's going to really impact the efficiency of that driver in updating that. So again, if there's issues from the loading side of things, that's going to create an inaccurate inventory, which can create other issues for the driver during that delivery and return process. And then really not knowing what visibility or what inventory is on the truck, visibility both for the driver as well as the transportation and route managers, that has a potential to impact other areas of the business. And again, because we've lost the visibility, we've lost accuracy of the inventory on the truck based on what's being delivered and what's being returned, do we know what needs to be coming back to the warehouse at the end of the day? Through that process of all of those adjustments, to the inventory throughout the day can impact what should be coming back versus what actually does. This tends to be where inventory shrink comes into play. So how do you know if you've got missing products? How do you account for the missing products? And then, again, based on that process being, say it's being managed on paper, what's the time it takes to say, okay, well, here's what we actually have on the truck at the end of the day. Who's going to input that into the system? Say, oh, okay, well, that looks like we're missing this, or we've got extra of that, or whatever. What point in the process is that increasing the inventory in your WMS, and potentially how that impacts your replenishment points on those processes. So implementing a solution for proof of delivery can highly, highly impact your inventory accuracy on the vehicle, because again, you've got you know where you started, the inventory is being updated all day long, you know what should be there at the end of the day. So without a proof of delivery solution, it could be difficult to function with some of these benchmarks of understanding an accurate inventory on that vehicle throughout the day. If all you have is where you started, and based on what should have been delivered, where you should end up, it's kind of hard to measure where items may be going missing, where shrink is being created. So if we can identify where some of that data is getting, or where that product is getting lost, then you can start working to reduce that. And in many cases, if drivers are not being honest and they're kind of working the system a little bit, you could be losing stuff just through that process. And implementing an electronic proof of delivery process will eliminate a lot of that initially, just based on the fact that the product is being tracked throughout all of those different transactions. So this will also give you greater visibility into those OS&D returns, so you know what should come back to the warehouse. You can get that data flowing back into the WMSs more quickly. We've used this stat previously, but it certainly could use one more point here, and that again, utilizing an electronic proof of delivery solution as, for your distribution operations can significantly reduce inventory shrink because the ability to track and measure inventory accountability goes up significantly.